Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
All right, it is that time of the show again where we take a deep dive into some of the companies you should be having on your radar. And to help us out as usual, we've got Dan Cole. Welcome back, Dan.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Ryan. Back in the hot seat with you and Audrey. Of course, I wish it was a break on a Friday.
It is a bit of a strange thing, coming back on a Friday and then back at the weekend again.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not complaining. At least we're getting just one work day before getting into the holidays. But yes, welcome to Companies to Watch. It's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're going to look at market trends and risks. So I want you to stick around for hidden gems and some warning signs to steer clear of. 8855-0893, be part of the conversation as well. And tell us whether you think it's going to be hot or not. Shall we begin?
Let's go.
Okay, Ryan, we're back to that time again. The smell of love letters, steamboat, and new notes fills the air. What do you find yourself doing the most during Chinese New Year?
Try and catch up on rest. Because with kids, you've got to manage them running around, not in school. You've got to figure out the red packets when people try to wish you well. Of course, not a bad thing, but you've got so many things on your plate.
Yeah, tons and tons of things on my plate, literally though, because I had so much to eat last night for Chinese New Year. I hope you had as well, especially for you who have celebrated Chinese New Year just last night. But meanwhile, let's turn this conversation over to the stock market, where we know that, much of its influence, or at least the stock market, is influenced by many factors, such as market trends, global economic conditions, and company fundamentals. But did you know that historical data have shown that seasonal events like the Lunar New Year may have a significant or slight effect?
I've always wondered, right? You hear about the Santa Claus rally, sometimes the New Year effect. Does it play out for Lunar New Year as well?
Yes, it does. Certainly for me too, if you're going to give me my Ang Paos. Okay, anyways, now, Ryan, here's the latest buzz about the Lunar New Year. According to IG Markets, the historical performance for the Hang Seng index seems to show a similar trend because over the past 60 years, where data for the HSI is available, the index tends to see stronger gains, averaging about 2% in the 1 week leading up to Chinese New Year, while performance slows to 0.7% just after the festive season. So the percentage is positive. The percent positive is higher as well, with 75% of the years seeing gains a week before the Chinese New Year celebration. And that's versus the 55% post-Chinese New Year. So we're seeing, an increase in consumer spending on travel, gifts, food and entertainment, stocks ranging from retail consumer goods and e-commerce. These are some of the companies to watch.
Yeah, because you've got more money to spend and these are places to spend.
What do you think, or at least for you, because I know that it's quite big in your household. So what do you find yourself doing a lot more during Chinese New Year, aside from resting?
I guess shopping online, because you've got these pockets of time, then you want to catch up on deals. So
that's right.
Good time to go shopping.
Exactly. So these are some ideas that you might want to consider during Chinese New Year. Retail and e-commerce stocks, because consumers like yourself often buy gifts for family visiting and new clothing for the holidays. So that is likely to increase spending and offering a boost to some of the retailers. And some of the prominent platforms might be Alibaba, JD.com, as well as Pinduoduo.
Yeah, I think a lot of companies also give out bonuses, and that also is a big boost to spending.
Certainly. But for us, lucky we're small in Singapore, we don't really have to travel much. But over in China, where it is a lot bigger and there are a lot of people traveling around, this festive season also tends to be met with a significant increase in travel because people return to their hometowns or even take advantage of the long holiday to go on vacations. So airline stocks, railway services and ride-hailing services, they may all potentially see a spike in demand. I mean, I tried to grab in Singapore. I think it was really expensive during the Chinese New Year holiday because I don't have a car. Well, I try not to leave my family behind.
Oh, right.
So I have a huge family as well. So
sidecar.
Yeah, unfortunately, I need a sidecar, and oh my goodness, the Grab's really expensive. But yeah, globally, companies like China Southern Airlines, China Railway Group, and travel bookings platforms like Trip.com, Airbnb, these are the companies that may benefit from a travel surge. Now, here's one last thing that may potentially surge or go up during the Chinese New Year holiday. Any clues, Ryan?
All right, I'm going with something related to the festivities, and I think it is about the symbol of wealth.
That's right. The often symbol of wealth. Gold. It holds a special place during Chinese New Year due to its cultural and financial significance. So it is traditionally a gift and a symbol of wealth, prosperity, and good fortune. So we are likely to see an increased physical demand leading up to the weeks of Chinese New Year, especially in China and among, the Chinese community globally. And it presents an opportunity for short-term trading gains as prices react to the heightened demand. But this also leads to price volatility because of the increased price movements. But historically, gold prices tend to see a temporary uptick during this period. So it offers growth potential for both investors and traders. So overall, while market participants may generally have a positive outlook going into Chinese New Year, it is important to note that the festive premium may fade as the holiday passes. So consider things like economic conditions, corporate data, geopolitical issues. These are all likely to influence overall market direction.
Yeah, plenty of tailwinds for gold so far, at least.
Yep, and that would pretty much do it for this week's analysis of the topic in focus. We've got Chinese New Year stocks. Now, Ryan, before I let you go, did you know that Chinese New Year has the largest annual human migration in the world, which explains its nickname Spring Festival Travel Rush?
Yeah.
Now, there are about 200 million people from Chinese mainland traveling long distance for these holidays. How many journeys do you think this makes in China?
I've seen the pictures and the train stations are packed. But apparently it's quite efficient. They move along quite fast. But I'm going with a few million. I'm not sure. 4?
We're talking billions, Ryan. 3.5 billion journeys in China alone.
Wow.
So that's not counting the tens of millions of people traveling in other countries as well. There you have it, China and Chinese New Year stocks this holiday.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance.